Hello guys again. I've wrote the next part in The Sounds of Nightmares, Chapter 2, Part 2, A Penance at the Bathhouse. And get relaxed and get ready to listen. He looked like the kids from school, only kinda. The ones at school teased me. Well, until I fell ill. After the water sickness, the same children who made me dread walking through those rotten gates began sucking up, but I've always been the same me. Funny, I feel less me now than before. Children can be cruel. I had my share of tormentors in adolescence. Really? It's regrettably common. Tell me, what happened next? Kian pulled my arm. Look, he said, pointing me to long planks of wood laid out like bridges between the rooftops. Other children had travelled this path before. Other children? The walkways had been placed there. They were too narrow for those swollen adults below. It must have been other children. And Kian, he was real too. I felt his presence, just as I feel yours, here in this room. Could that be the dream sharing you spoke of? Let's not leap to assumptions. Go on. The planks. We carefully walked each one, building to building. Below, the masked figures continued their walk to. Every now and then, a traveller would leave their place in line to take goods from the many merchants who'd offered all manner of soaps and perfumes. Their flowery smells mixed with the fishy stench pouring from the chimneys of the bathhouse. When we reached our final building, our only option was to head down a long ladder, sneaking around the side into an alleyway below. Kian was a nervous sort, so I did my best to stir his courage and asked, "Have you another joke?" He replied, "Oh, right. What happens to a stone that has overcome its greatest fear?" And there it was again, that lost look, like Granny used to get. I asked him, "You don't remember?" And Kian simply said, "I'll know it by the time I reach the bottom." But before I could follow, something called out from across the rooftop, a muddled voice. And then I saw him, that man with the impossible face, the same one from the room of glass jars, but I could never focus on him. Noon. I need you to recall fine details. I told you, especially when speaking about persons you've seen multiple times. Recurrence implies significance. He's a broken mirror, or a photograph all torn up, impossible to piece back together. I have something. A magic glue for your mind. I don't want to wear that. If you cannot remember specifics, then I cannot help you. I must know about this mystery figure. I simply must. Alright. He slides the hypnosis device over Noon's head, and Otto fumbles in his pocket. The chain of a pendant uncoils before Noon's eyes. A pendant? This belonged to someone very important. Gazing into its spiral always gave me relief. I found it can be used to offer my patients that same relief through hypnotherapy. which will help you remember this. The Candleman. It's my name for him. That is the end of Chapter 2, Part 2. I hope you enjoyed listening, and I will make another part soon, my little ones.